This is a hitafterhit.com production.
I am your host, Mr. Apathy, Devlin James, and this is the Real Talk Radio Show. What's going on, folks? This is Devlin James coming at you with another edition of the Real Talk Radio Show. I saw a video on YouTube today where this Caucasian girl was asking the question, where did all the good men go? Don't you just love it when women ask that dumb shit? Most of them wouldn't even know a good man if he came up and bit them on the ass. Especially since a good man can be defined differently by different women. Well, in the case of the woman in this video, she defines a good man as a chivalrous man. And in this video, this woman complained about a man who didn't pay for an entire date that she had with him. Now, the funny thing about this woman was that she offered to pay for herself. But she was only doing it to be polite. She really had no intention of paying for herself. And she was upset at him for not picking up on that. What a two-time loser. First, he gave her too much credit for thinking that she was more interested in actually getting to know him than having him pay for her dinner and drinks. And second, for not being able to read her mind and see that she was really full of shit, like most of these women out here. You see, guys, you see the sense of entitlement these American women have? They expect us to pay for their time. They expect us to pay for all the dates we go on with them. Wait a minute. Wasn't the idea of dating to get to know the other person? Why should I, as a man, have to pay to get to know someone or pay for someone's time? Isn't that like prostitution? You're paying for time with this woman when you're on a date? And this woman said something else that made me just shake my head. She kept turning to the guy for not paying for the entire date and said something to the effects of, I don't know why he couldn't put any effort into this date. I mean, I put effort into the date. I wore lipstick. Wow. Really? I tell you, we men have so much to look forward to in dating these American women, don't we? She put on lipstick. Well, usually that's about the only effort you get out of these women, since most of them bring absolutely nothing to the table. Most of these American women share the same mentality of the woman that made this video. It really doesn't matter the race. They all have a high sense of entitlement. They feel that the man should bend over backwards for them and always be willing to reach into his pockets to pay for some meal or buy them things, all because they're women and they have a vagina. This is a weak form of prostitution in my book, because you're paying for her time. And you're paying simply because she's a woman and she has a vagina. Dating in America is just bullshit and a complete waste of time. Sometimes, just for the hell of it, I will go to an online dating website and read some of the profiles. If you want a good laugh or to see how messed up these women's thinking are, I suggest you do that when you get a chance. Oh, and that video on online dating is coming very soon, trust me. Anyway, the whole dating scene in America is bullshit. The idea of dating should be to get to know the other person, and it should be a joint effort. So why is the man expected to pay for everything? Why, if it's a joint effort, can't these women pay their share of the date? Because it's all bullshit, that's why. These women want free dinners and free drinks. Just go and read some of these online dating profiles. Many of them expect you to take them to a 5-star restaurant for the first date. Talk about a sense of entitlement. You see, these are the types of women who will enjoy themselves at your expense. She will order drink after drink and the most expensive dish on the menu. And the date will most likely be filled with idle chatter from her. Then when the bill comes, she won't even reach in her pocketbook to pull out money to at least get the tip. No, she'll just sit there and let you pay for everything. Then you may not even get another date with her, because she might end up telling you something like, "Oh, I didn't think there was any chemistry between us." This comes after she ate and drank to her satisfaction on your dime. And this does happen, guys. Believe me. This is why I say that dating in America is like participating in a weak form of prostitution. You pay money for companionship with these women, but you seldom get your money's worth because most of these women are bad companions. Their personalities are shit. And you're paying your hard-earned money just to be with someone who has a shitty personality. What's the sense of that? When you think about it, you're almost better off just going out there and getting an escort. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to actually go out there and buy an escort. I'm just speaking figuratively. When you think about it, though, you are better off getting an escort. Listen, if these American women expect you to pay money just to go out on a date with them, and they want you to pay for everything, well, to me, this is a form of tricking. And if you're going to trick, you might as well bypass these lame-ass women and just go and get a full-blown escort. At least with the escort, you're getting some value for your money. And at least with the escort, you can get your desires satisfied. The escort will most likely be in better physical condition and more appealing to the eye than most of these everyday American women, since they will most likely be hitting the gym on the regular. They, of course, being the escort. See, their profession requires them to look good if they want to attract clients. So it behooves them to stay in shape and to stay in the gym. Also, in regards to sex, the sex will most likely be better from the escort because they are professionals. They have to be good at what they do. Because let me tell you, there's nothing worse than going on a number of dates in which you're paying for everything, of course, to finally get to the part where you're having sex with this particular woman that you're dating and the sex is completely whack. How many times has this happened to any of the men out there? At least with an escort, the sex will be of a better quality. They will probably do things to you that your average take me on a date and spend money type of woman wouldn't. So what does that tell you? Well, it tells me that if I'm going to trick by paying for drinks and dinner for a woman, I might as well go all the way and get an escort, because at least then I'll be getting what I'm paying for. Again, I'm speaking figuratively here, guys. Not telling anyone to go out there and get themselves an escort. Just comparing prostitution to dating to show how much dating American women is really bullshit. Now, I also am not judging anyone for going out there and getting escorts if that's what you're doing. Hey, it's your life, man. And if that makes you happy, why not? You only have one life to live after all. As for me, in this stage of the game, I'm too much of a greedy black man to spend money on a piece of ass. Not when I have two perfectly good hands that can do the same job at no cost to me. I'm going to wrap this video up by sharing some knowledge with you guys in regards to dating. If you take a woman on a date and she isn't willing to pay for her portion of that date, that should really tell you something about her. 1, she has entitlement issues. 2, she will most likely be the type of woman who will not contribute anything to any type of relationship you have with her. Pay attention to shit like this, guys, because she's telling you what she's all about by her actions. She's telling you that she expects you to do everything. She expects you to pay for everything. She expects that she really shouldn't have to contribute anything to you since she is a woman and you are the man. Avoid women like this, guys, because they bring nothing to the table. This is my opinion anyway. Feel free to leave comments or make a respectful response video if you feel different. This is Devlin James, and this concludes this edition of the Real Talk Radio Show. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I have many more videos and shows to come.